Hi everyone, it's H from Aftermarket Arbitrage, wholesale expert. And in this video, we're going to be going through the secret to be making more profits when doing FBA. Now, in this video, we are going to cover a bit on every single model, right? RA, OA, and wholesale. So this is applicable for everyone here, whether you're doing wholesale or not, right? And in this video, we're going to go through how you can achieve higher profits, more consistent profits within your FBA business, right? So I can imagine most of you here are hitting decent numbers doing FBA, right? Or maybe you're thinking of starting FBA. And while you might be making a very good amount of profits, in this video, I want to show you what to do to achieve more consistent profits, higher profits, and also a scalable business, right? Because right now, the way your business is set up, you might be hitting great numbers, right? Great profits, but it may not be as scalable as you want it, right? What I mean by that is there may be a lot of ups and downs within your business, so you can't actually go and outsource tasks and delegate tasks in the areas that you want to, right? Just because the stability of your business isn't there and it's not scalable. So in this video, we're going to go through one thing, literally, which will make you more money in your FBA business, that will enable you to have a scalable business to actually replace your 9 to 5, right? Because that's why I imagine a lot of people do Amazon, right? They want to build up something that could eventually lead them to have some time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom, and obviously replace their 9 to 5s. So what is this secret, right? And it's very simply by thinking outside the box and doing things that other people aren't doing, okay? Now, something I say to everyone is do things that other people aren't to get results that other people can't, right? Now, what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, like I've got here, no matter the model, right? I think I can explain this as much as I want, but if I just give you examples within the 3 business models, you'll understand it much easier. For example, RA, right? So I can imagine, let's say you live in a city, right? What are you currently doing? Let's say you live in London, for example. I imagine you're going into all these retailers in London, right, to do your RA. Well, so is everyone else in London. So what do I mean by do things that other people aren't? So let's say you live in London and there are areas 30, 40 minutes outside of London, an hour outside of London, which are less populated, right? So let's say you travel out of London to these retailers, these lesser populated areas, and these lesser, obviously, these retailers, which will be less accessible to most people, right? So in this case, we are doing things other people aren't. So we are spending an hour to go out, okay, to these retailers. Now, what will that give us? That will give us less saturated retailers, which will obviously make us more profits, right? So we are doing things other people aren't to get results other people just simply won't be able to. For example, I was in Manchester a couple of weeks back and we did some RA, right? We did an RA challenge, which maybe it's up on the channel right now or maybe it's not. So me and Sam set out to do some RA, right? And we traveled, I think it was 30 to 40 minutes out of Manchester to a retailer. And in that retailer, we made, I think it was between £200 and £300 in profit. Now, that's much better because we did something that other people aren't going to do within Manchester. So instead of staying within Manchester and trying to go to these retailers, we thought, okay, let's get out of Manchester. Let's go into a different area, okay, a less populated area. And what did we get? We got the results we wanted. We literally did things other people aren't doing. Okay, we tapped into an unsaturated market basically. So that's an example for RA. OA. So one way in which we can make more profits, more consistent profits doing OA is again, doing things other people can't. So what's one example of this? For example, let's say you have an online retailer, right? And you found a great deal doing OA. Instead of buying that deal, pick up the phone, call the online retailer, because we've got to think now, an online retail company, they're going to be used to people placing orders of a couple of units, right? So let's say before placing an order for, let's say 50, 60, 70 units, you pick up the phone, say, look, I want to place an order for 50 units. What is the best price you can do, right? Or is there any movement on pricing that you guys can offer? Because you've got to understand these guys, their pricing is set up for you to order a couple of units. And if you pick up the phone and say, look, if there's any movement on pricing, we can order 50, 60, 70 units, okay? Now that might just enable you to achieve a discount on that line, okay? Reduce pricing on that line, which separates you from the rest of the people that may have viewed that deal. Okay, so you are going to be making higher profits and more consistent profits because you'll be able to follow the buy box to whatever price it goes to because you have more margin to play with. Okay, so that's another thing you can do in OA. By thinking outside the box and literally just running the business to a higher level, for example, RA, other people are just going locally to try and find deals. No, let's do something extra. Let's do something other people aren't doing. Let's go out. Let's travel to less saturated areas, right? Let's go on, for example, road trips across the UK because you're going to make more money. You're going to make more consistent profits as well. OA, instead of just placing orders for deals, pick up the phone, okay? These online retailers, pick up the phone, try and talk to someone, try and offer them value. Say, look, we can clear your stock if you want, okay? Can you move on pricing? Instead of just placing an order online, okay? Wholesale. So with wholesale, how can we think outside the box? Well, you can think outside the box in literally every aspect in wholesale, but the simplest one I can just bring up right now on this in this video is literally finding suppliers. How can we think outside the box to find suppliers that other people won't be able to find, to make money other people won't be able to make? It's literally that simple. So how we can make more profits when it comes to doing FBA is by literally thinking outside the box and doing things other people can't or aren't doing, And this will lead us to literally have a business whereby we can scale it because the results that we are getting are a different level to the results other people are getting because we are doing things other people aren't doing. Okay, whether that be, let's say for example, when you're sourcing RA as well, right? There are little tricks you can do, right? Developing relationships with store managers is another one in retail stores, okay? Because you are going to get access to data, you're going to get access to products, prices, other people just aren't getting. So to make more profits, to do FBA, instead of doing it to this level, do it to this level, dig a bit deeper into every aspect of the business. Think of ways that you can do things or you can do the fundamentals within the business to a high level. When it comes to RA, sourcing in different areas, sourcing in less saturated areas. When it comes to OA, developing relationships with people on the phone, okay, these online retailers, because you are going in and ordering more volume than typical. So how can we use that to our advantage? Okay, let's try and negotiate. With wholesale, going in and try and find supplies other people won't be able to find. Most people are going on Google to find their supplies. Don't do that. Find your suppliers elsewhere and you will see a massive uptake in your results for all of these models if you just do things other people aren't doing. Okay, now with that being said, if you need any help with the wholesale side of things, in the description, feel free to book a call with either me or one of the team to see how we can help you with the wholesale side of things. But if you're doing RA and OA, literally sit there and have a mindset shift. Instead of thinking very regimented, think, okay, I understand these business models. How can I do something within the business differently that will separate me from the rest? So yeah, I hope that gave everyone watching the video an insight into how you can make more profits when doing FBA. Because trust me, there are so many ways in which you can alter your business slightly to make more money. Just think of things other people aren't doing, right? If you're going to go in and do the same thing as everyone else or the same things as everyone else, you're going to get the same results as them. You're going to be on the same listings as them. You're going to be buying at the same prices as them. It's going to be a much more saturated market for you. If you can go in, think outside the box, do things other people aren't doing, you're going to have a much more unsaturated market, a much less saturated market, right? Much less competition, much higher profits, and much more consistency, and actual business as well, which you can scale and take to the next level. So yeah, I hope that helped everyone watching the video, and keep an eye out for the next one.